begin with the story by telling you that these events have happened about 3 years back, in around 2013 to 2014. I was playing a popular game we all knew at the time, Murder Mystery, not the cheap sequel, the original. So I was playing, raging, and just plain shouting at the players around me for not being good, being a noob, etc. But that's not the point. I was playing Murder Mystery in a pretty crowded server. Now it's been officially started that I played my favorite games quite long. To be honest, I've been playing the game for over 3 hours straight, without any real breaks. Now, going away from my addiction, I was running around and shouting, "Who's the killer?" The typical phrase a noob shooter would ask. It was silent for over 5 minutes. Literally no one spoke. At first I thought the chat was somehow broken or maybe just lagging. But at about the final minute of the round, a guy named I Wanna Be Murderer, which was a very strange name for me, I just couldn't make anything out of it. It took me about a month to shockingly find out that the name had been backward meaning, I wanna be a murderer. I looked at the chat when he typed, "I'm a murderer," instead of "I'm a murderer." But I wasn't a real grammar professor at the time, so I just decided to just let it pass. Now, back to my confession. I ran to him and shot him in his face, literally and figuratively. But somehow he didn't die, he just kept standing there, typing "ha ha ha" in the chat. I was surprised because if he wasn't murderer, I would have died, as I shot an innocent, but somehow I didn't. I asked him how he was doing that, and if he was the murderer. It was silent for another 5 minutes. Shockingly, I realized that the round should have ended 6 minutes ago already. And when I look on the players list, there were only 2 names, mine and the guy that was scaring the fuck out of me. Somehow, in 5 minutes, all of the players left, and I was starting to get scared. But somehow, I still wanted to stay to see what would happen. He waited a while before doing something. Actually, he did 2 things. First of all, he had this giant freaky Jeff the Killer face filling up the entire background. I kind of freaked out and fell off my desk chair. When I crawled back up, I saw that the player had also suddenly turned both our character black, not the black that people would be racist about, really black, and our faces changed to the weird open vampire mouth with red eyes. I don't know what it's called. I got really scared whether this is a hacker or a weirdo or even an exploiter. I wasn't even gonna stay here any longer. I didn't want to get my account hacked or something, so I left the game and never returned to an empty server again. But it didn't end there, as I kept receiving messages from him, which was weird, as I had blocked him right after I left the game. That way I couldn't encounter him ever again. The only thing that the message said was a bunch of letters and numbers, like the players' names, and I only remember one message saying a terrifying threat. "I'm going to kill your whole goddamn family.